This video is brought to you by Andy Gone Nuts. 100% guaranteed fresh coconut water delivered straight to your door. Call 876-309-6128. That's 876-309-6128. Refreshing and affordable. For more information, follow them on Instagram at Andy Gone Nuts. Truly refreshing. And Crumble by Mrs. C. Old English fudge and other delectable sweet treats. Call or WhatsApp 876-586-0471. That's 876-586-0471. Hey guys, thank you so much for taking your time out to watch this video in particular. But let me give you an update on a channel called Sports City. Yes, Sports City. It is a channel dedicated to everything related to Jamaican sports. Football, cricket, athletics, netball, rugby league, rugby union, tennis, lacrosse, swimming, you name it, we got it on Sports City. And what is the channel designed to do? It is designed to highlight Jamaican talents across all of those sporting disciplines. If you're a Jamaican and you're playing that sport, then we got you covered on Sports City. So it's quite simple, guys. Hit the subscribe button to Sports City right now.
Hi everybody, I'm Darren Moore and you're watching Reggae Boys Commentary.
Hey guys, how's everybody doing? Hope everyone is doing well. I'm Simon Preston and welcome back to Reggae Boys Commentary. It's been a while, hasn't it? Yep, the glasses are back on. So, as I'm sure you guys are aware by now, Manchester City are dealing with a situation. But what specifically? Well, let's break it down for you guys. And then we'll get into how this affects our Jamaican, if there's an impact at all. So, let's go. Now, let's go into what has been reported first. Now, we're going to look at the report first. Becca Reeks, hope you're doing well. Big up, big up. So, this is the report, folks. The Premier League has charged Manchester City with more than 100 breaches of its financial rules following a 4-year investigation. It has referred the club to an independent commission over alleged rule breaches between 2009 and 2018. It also accused City of not cooperating since the investigation started in December 2018. City said they were surprised by the charges and are supported by a body of irrefutable evidence. The Commission can impose punishments ranging from a fine and points deduction to expulsion from the Premier League. These are options. These are things that the Commission can do. Manchester City is surprised by the issuing of the alleged breaches. Let us go into what the club statement is. The club statement is Manchester City is surprised by the issuing of these alleged breaches of the Premier League rules, particularly given the extensive engagement and vast amount of detailed materials that the EPL has been provided with. The club welcomes the review of this matter by an independent commission to impartially consider the comprehensive body of irrefutable evidence that exists in the support of its position. As such, we look forward to this matter being put to rest once and for all. That's from Manchester City. What have City been charged with? In statement, the Premier League club said that City breached rules requiring them to provide accurate financial information that gives a true and fair view of the club's financial position. The information covered club revenue, which includes sponsorship, income, and operating costs. So just to let you guys aware, in terms of revenue that a club makes, it's in three ways that a club makes money: broadcasting, broadcasting, of course, TV, radio. Match day. Match day is tickets, the hot dogs, the drinks, and commercial. And commercial is, of course, in relation to the jersey sales, the brand deals, etc. So a club has three revenue streams: broadcasting, match day, and commercial. Those are their three revenue sources. The information club will cover revenue, which is sponsorship income and operating costs. Further alleged breaches relate to rules requiring full details of manager remuneration, Roberto Mancini, and player remuneration from 2010 to 2016. The Premier League said City breached rules related to UEFA regulation, including financial fair play from 2013 to 14 and 2017 to 18, as well as Premier League rules on profitability and sustainability from 15-16 to 17-18. In 2020, UEFA ruled that City committed serious breaches of FFP regulations from 2012 to 2016. However, a 2-year ban from European competition was overturned by the Court of Arbitration for Sport. So that's a situation here. And one of the top writers in the UK, Simon Stone, feels that this is a matter that will drag on. Now, we're going to get shortly as it relates to if there's any impact from a Jamaican standpoint, and that's what we're going to get into right now. So the view in England right now is that there's going to be a financial penalty for this. Now, a financial penalty is basically saying, listen, you're fined for what you have done. But in a sense, it could imply that it's okay to cheat, but you have to pay a fine, if you understand what I mean. So that is something to consider from this angle. Now, Manchester City women, let's talk about them now. Manchester City women's football team have been around since November 1988. They were founded November 1988, called Manchester City Ladies, in November 1988, 34 years ago. The brainchild of Manchester City community officer Neil Mather, who would become the Manchester City women's team's first manager. And of course, as we know, since then, they've gone on to be one of the best teams in English women's football. They've won the Women's Super League back in 2016, runners-up on 6 occasions, won the Women's FA Cup on 3 occasions, and the Women's League Cup on 4 occasions. And to this day, well, right now, they are the defending champions of the League Cup. They've won the double twice, the League and the League Cup in 2016. In 2019, they won the FA Cup and the League Cup. Now, it has been quite a journey for them. They've also played Champions League football as well. Went to the semi-finals in 2017 and 18, round of 32 in 2019, round of 16 in 2020, quarterfinals 2021. Last season, they were eliminated in the second qualifying round to Real Madrid and the first qualifying round in this campaign in particular. Now, let's be clear, Manchester City women, they make their own revenue. Not as much as the men, but they do make revenue. The women's team has a revenue, and they make revenue, and they have some of the best players on the planet, outstanding football players currently, even to this day, at the club. Demi Stokes, Alex Greenwood, Steph Houghton, the skipper, Laura Coombs, Chloe Kelly, Lauren Hemp, all at the club. We know about Ellen White. We know about Nikita Paris. We know about Karen Bardsley. So City have had stars. Now Khadijah Shaw in her second season of her 3 years. So her deal expires 2024. And we wait to see if that will be extended. We know as well Jill Scott. Jill Scott was there as well. Georgia Stanway. So City have had stars on the women's side of things. Sandy Masiva, Alana Kennedy, Mary Fowler, we could literally go on and on with City's players. Now, all of that being said now, how does this impact Manchester City's women's team? All that City has been through, the club record revenues of 613 million and profits of 42 million for the 2021-2022 season. 2023 topping the Money League in a list of world's richest clubs by revenue for a second year ahead of Real Madrid, I should say. Winning 6 Premier Leagues, 2 FA Cups, 6 League Cups, 3 Charity Shields. How does all of this impact the women's team? Breaking the British transfer record for Rubino in 2008 and Grealish in 2021. How does everything that has happened on the men's side affect the women's side? Well, you see, the thing is with Manchester City, it is the Manchester City, it's the City Football Group. And in Manchester City Football Group, it's more than just Manchester City. Manchester City is the City Football Group. And the City Football Group is a holding company that administers the football clubs. Now, it's more than just Manchester City men's team. It's Manchester City women's team. It's New York City FC. It's Melbourne City FC. It's also Yokohama, and it's Montevideo City Torque, and also Girona. So, and they're also Mumbai City FC, and also you have Sichuan over in China. You have Troyes over in France. You have Lommel. So this is, and you have Palermo as well. This is City Football Group. So while Manchester City is you could say, the flagship of City Football Group, there is an impact to all. Girona, Lommel, Man City, Melbourne City, Montevideo City, Mumbai City, New York City, Palermo, Troyes, Yokohama, an impact to all the teams that I've just mentioned. But Manchester City women, as you know, are directly. It's not like Mumbai or New York or Palermo, teams outside of England. Manchester City women, it's an impact. But the reality of the situation is, until the commission decides if it is just a financial punishment, a fine, or if it is points deduction, or if it is expulsion from the Premier League, the true extent to how this will affect Manchester City's women's team will not be clear. Now, Khadijah Shaw has a contract with Manchester City until 2024, and that will be adhered to. Adhered to. And I fully expect her to get a new deal as well. In fact, she has 18 months left on her contract. And as we know, when you have 18 months left on your contract, that is usually when players, agents start communication either with the club or with other clubs. Manchester City will not want her to go anywhere for free. And with the performances that she's putting in this season, I expect a new deal to come. I'm actually quite surprised that a new contract has not arrived at this point in time. Maybe at the end of the season, maybe the focus is on, let's get a couple of trophies under our belt, and then we'll talk a new contract. But yeah, I would fully expect a new deal to come our way. It would absolutely be shocking if a new deal did not come. So if Manchester City gets a financial punishment, a fine, it's like, we'll go back to 2020, 2021 with CAS. If it is points deduction, the question is, how much points are we talking about? Is it a points deduction that we had like with Portsmouth when they went to administration? Is it 10 points, 5 points, 20 points? We're going to have to wait and see how that pans out. And the other factor as well, removal from the Premier League. Maybe it's by the points deduction. If it is a minus 50 points deduction, then that would remove them. That would put them in a relegation zone. It would be too much to catch up for the rest of the season, which puts them in the Championship. And the Championship, revenue scheme, Premier League scheme, completely different. So players will have to be sold. If you keep the manager, then you're going to have a skeleton backroom staff, you know? And it only would be at that point, knowing the punishment, to see the real and true impact of how it would affect Manchester City women's team. That is the only time that we will know truly how this will happen. But yeah, you're right, TJ Scott. But the reality of the situation is, folks, we'll have to wait until a decision has been made as to what the punishment would be. Will it be a slap on the wrist? Will it be pay a fine and we're done? Or will it be a situation of, listen, here's a 20-point deduction. All of these things have to be considered. All of them. So folks, process it for a moment. Bunny Shaw is a Manchester City player, and I expect her to be a Manchester City player moving forward as well. The verdict on the punishment will give a clearer picture of how it impacts the City Football Group, which also has Manchester City Women's Football Club as well. So from a Jamaican standpoint, I would love Bunny Shaw to continue at Manchester City, and I don't want anything to impact that. So that's the situation, folks. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, folks. Let's hear what you have to say. What would be the punishment for Manchester City? A fine? Points deduction? A slap on the wrist? How do you guys feel about it? What would your punishment be for Manchester City? Well, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. For me, we saw a slap on the wrist in 2020. I think there might be a financial, I think there might be a fine, and then that will be that. That's personally what I think. Just if they pay a money, it would be better for the club. It would be better for the club if they paid a financial fine, and this is all in the past. All right, folks, thanks for tuning in. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe to Reggae Boys Commentary for more content.
This video is brought to you by Andy Gone Nuts. 100% guaranteed fresh coconut water delivered straight to your door. Call 876-309-6128. That's 876-309-6128. Refreshing and affordable. For more information, follow them on Instagram at Andy Gone Nuts. Truly refreshing. And Crumble by Mrs. C. Old English fudge and other delectable sweet treats. Call or WhatsApp 876-586-0471. That's 876-586-0471.
Hey guys, thank you so much for taking your time out to watch this video in particular. But let me give you an update on a channel called Sport City. Yes, Sport City. It is a channel dedicated to everything related to Jamaican sports. Football, cricket, athletics, netball, rugby league, rugby union, tennis, lacrosse, swimming, you name it, we got it on Sport City. And what is the channel designed to do? It is designed to highlight Jamaican talents across all of those sporting disciplines. If you're a Jamaican and you're playing that sport, then we got you covered on Sport City. So it's quite simple, guys. Hit the subscribe button to Sport City right now.